Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a trading card game we love, but is it worth the investment we make into it sometimes? In this series, both Hotshotfrontier and myself discuss whether a new set to be released or older set is treasure or trash. We give our opinions on different areas of the set, whether it be reprints, money cards, and the different archetypes that are new and the ones that are getting support. But with the economy experiencing inflation and that trickling down into the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, can the demand for Yu-Gi-Oh hold up with the surge in price for products?
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Treasure or Trash. It's your boy Sparkman. And of course, I got here my co-host,
Hotshotfrontier, what's up, guys?
and we got our special guest today, our first special guest on Treasure or Trash, our boy, Cinema Leak.
What's up, guys? Good to be here.
All right, before we get promoting my boy Cinema Leak, we also want to promote a really special person that is doing some awesome things, like
Absolutely.
creating this amazing website, Prismatic X1. I'll have his link in the description on my video, of course, on my channel, and I know Hotshot will, of course, as well.
Absolutely.
And he's doing some pretty cool stuff. He got playmats, pins, t-shirts, sleeves, deck boxes. I mean, this guy's doing everything. It's absolutely insane. And one thing I want to get to real quick is those summer tank tops, because I actually bought maybe like 4 or 5 of them myself, and I'm looking forward to them wearing them at the beach, and they look absolutely fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to actually
Amazing. I mean, look at that. The slifer extends all the way up.
Yeah.
See, like these look really, really good. Something
yeah.
I want to highlight on his website too. These boxes look amazing. For
Oof.
$30 too, and it seems to be like really good quality. You know, you have like Labyrinth. There's Dragon Maid. Dragon Maids. There's also Tearlaments. Like these look really, really nice. They'll fit your dice. They'll fit your deck, your extra deck, side deck too. You guys should definitely go ahead and check him out. Again, the link is going to be down below. Definitely go ahead and check him out. He's an awesome dude, and make sure you guys tell him that we sent you there. Hotshot sent you there, and Sparkman sent you there.
Heck
Go check
yeah.
it out. But
And without further ado, we also want to give a big shout out to our boy Cinema Leak. And
Cinema Leak.
Yo, take it away, bro. This is your channel.
Yeah, I'll keep it brief. Yeah, I'm Cinema Leak. I talk about movies, talk about TV shows, like different unique angles about them. So, if you love movies, if you want to hear about recommendations, if you want to hear about stories and things relating to the movie industry, TV industry, cool stuff like that, give us a check. Give us a subscribe, whatever you like. I also have an Instagram page. I give recommendations fairly often, so if you're ever like bored and don't know what to watch, give me a follow, leave a comment. But yeah, I have history with Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan, so I'm glad to be here. So
Awesome. And without further ado, we're going to transition right into what Treasure or Trash is about today. And it's actually a little different. We're not talking about a set or anything like that. We're talking about Tyler the Great Warrior. So a little bit of like a limited edition, or special edition, I should say, Treasure or Trash. I'm going to let Hotshotfrontier actually take it away and start this off.
Right. So, guys, if you don't know what Tyler the Great Warrior is, this is a special card that was made a long time ago. It was like a Make-A-Wish Foundation. There was a kid named Tyler, who was going through cancer, and his wish, because he loved Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, that he wanted a card made after him. Now, this is different from like an Orca card or something you can make yourself. This was made by Konami by themselves. They made this one card for this, special kid, and it's an amazing card. And if you look at it too, the effect, it kind of, if you look at it and you're kind of like a fan of like old school Yu-Gi-Oh, it reminds you of like effects that say, when this card destroys a monster as a result of battle, sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent. It's like a Flame Wingman type of effect, right? We can all kind of say that has a similar type of effect. Really cool. But I mean, look at him. Like, it was like basically like kind of modeled after him too. Everything's special about it. Like, it's a special card. And what's amazing too is that he actually survived, and he has this like grail of a card in his collection. Originally, he didn't get it graded. He actually got it graded this year by Beckett, and he got a 7. Honestly, to me, if that card got a 1, that's still a special card. It does not matter,
Yep.
Like that, this card looks amazing. So basically, just kind of summing it up, he has decided that he wanted to sell the card to put the money towards his family and his personal endeavors, and he again went to go get it graded by Beckett, and now he put it up, and now in a day and 22 hours left, this card will be sold. So that's actually pretty amazing. That's an amazing story for a Yu-Gi-Oh player too. I just can't wait to see what this price lands at. But Sparkman, what do you have to say about this card?
One thing I want to say is that not just made by Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh, but made by Kazuki Takahashi. So the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh, of course, no longer here, but he made this card. So this was a special card, one of its kind, and the story behind it is actually so special. So really, really amazing card. I can't say enough about it. What I will say, moving on to the price though, not just the story, but the price now and the market which this sells at, 161,000. I actually feel that is not going to be great for the market if that actually sticks at that price. This card needs to be over $500,000, to be honest. That's
Right.
my personal opinion. For this card to be under $500,000, I think would actually hurt the Yu-Gi-Oh market and hurt the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game entirely. It would really, really not cripple the market, but it would get there. Because the story behind this card, of it being one of, I mean,
Sure.
that's gonna, and this card sells for under 500. I feel like it does a disservice to the Yu-Gi-Oh market. But again, it's such a great card. It had a lot of meaning behind it. I hope it sells for really high value.
Absolutely.
I hope Tyler gets a lot of, the money he's searching for from this
100%.
card, as he should. I mean, he survived, and that's a miracle, and we're so happy for him.
Exactly.
And
That's really the prize. Him
yeah.
surviving.
exactly.
This is a cherry on the top. But honestly, too, you know how eBay auctions are too. Last minute, people are bidding higher and higher. So
Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind this will go up.
No, and I agree with that. But
Yeah.
before we move on to that next thing, I want to hear Cinema Leak's take on this.
Like you guys were pointing out, I mean, it's obviously an incredibly unique situation. I mean, like you said, Kazuki Takahashi did it himself. If I remember the story, I remember reading about it. Like, he was also, Tyler, that is, a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, so that was kind of like Kazuki Takahashi took a little inspiration from like Dragon Ball Z. Like, you could see the character himself. It looks like a Goku type of
That is
Super
true.
Saiyan type
Yes.
character with the spiky hair, like spiky blonde hair and everything. So it's kind of cool. It's like you have a little Dragon Ball Z in Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, it is like a throwback card, with the effect, and it honestly, I would love to see someone duel with it. I know that's crazy. It would be so hilarious if someone actually put that in their deck and
Absolutely.
dueled with it. But
I
yeah.
feel like at some point he probably did use it in a duel. One of his friends.
Is this legal?
Or he-
Is that card legal?
Technically, that's a good question. I'm not too sure if it
Because
is.
of it, if it's one of, I wonder if it's legal. But I don't want to, go on a rant about that. The other part I actually didn't notice, but just now noticed about this. It doesn't even say first edition on the card,
It does not.
or limited edition, or anything like that. It's just,
Yeah.
which you'd think back in the day, Konami would do something like that, like first edition or limited edition, stamp onto it. But I don't see anything like that. But
That is interesting.
yeah.
Honestly, the most important part for me is that it says TYL
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah.
EN001 is the only one.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. His initial, like Tyler, it's just fits right. Like right at home.
I'm not
And-
sure if you see it. The Beckett slab actually has the Make a Wish promo on.
Yes, that too. That's
That-
actually a really special
yeah.
part of it as well.
Yeah.
I think that kind of like makes it a lot different from
100%.
people that are going to make fakes, because we already know people are going to make a lot of fakes of this.
Oh, 100%. Which
This is going to be the.
I'm glad this got graded. So it has its,
Absolutely.
the number and everything like that, to verify with Beckett and everything like that. The other
Absolutely.
part of this is that recently in the week, we saw, if Hasha, you want to pull that up, we saw this card hit 1.4 million. Now this was a bid that was retracted because it was seen as a fake bid. My question is, or I guess my wonder is does somebody have a max bid of 1.4 million? Because if someone has a max bid 1.4 million, and if somebody at the end of the auction types in, let's say, I don't know, $1 million, will this, or like let's say 800,000, will this go above and reach around there? Because I feel like someone put a max bid of 1.4 for it to reach there.
So I believe how it works with eBay is because I remember a lot of people in the Yu-Gi-Oh community on Instagram were actually saying like, oh, I just want to put up one bid, just so I said, I could say like, oh, I put a bid down.
Yeah.
Someone showed me a picture that said like, eBay basically knows that like, because your card is connected, that you don't have that much money in your account to make that initial bet, so it won't let you even attempt to make that bet. It'll say no. It'll have a page saying you can't do that, basically, in layman's terms. But I'm sure there are people that have that much money and will do that, I don't know if the final price is going to pass this fake price that popped up a few days ago.
Okay.
But it's still going to be really high. Definitely really high,
I'm hoping this thing hits
Absolutely.
into well over $500,000. Like I said, I think it deserves it.
Same. I think it'd be funny if I feel like we need to get some celebrities in here. Get like Jeff Bezos to throw his hat in. Get where's Elon Musk? Come on, just throw in like raise the bid like $5 million. Like have Bill Gates throw some money in there. See what happens.
It's funny. I was always thinking to myself that this card would end up hitting, the market, but in like an auction type series where you would have those types of celebrities or those types of big market people. Because of the meaning behind this card, you would have people just going crazy, at least like the rich folks just going crazy, just auctioning and, turning up their number like, oh, like $500,000 or $1 million and going crazy. It's funny that eBay has the hands-on for this, so I don't know.
Absolutely.
I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have the same like celebrity fandom like that Pokemon has, because like there's so many celebrities that are like, oh, I'm a big Pokemon fan, but like how often do we hear celebrities that are like admit that they're Yu-Gi-Oh fans? Because if there were, I bet they would be bidding on this. Maybe they are secretly. I don't know.
That's true. I mean, hey, if there was a kid, same situation, and they asked the Pokemon company, can I have a card after me, with like me writing Charizard or something, I'm more than confident that card would sell a lot more faster and higher than this card would.
Yeah.
But this is like our card,
Exactly.
So it's interesting to see where this goes.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
But let's give it a rating. What are we giving this a rating of?
No doubt, I'm giving it like a 50 out of 10.
50 out of 10?
50 out of 10, yeah. That shatters like everything that I have like in my mind about like just the Yu-Gi-Oh prices and everything. Like it's just the nostalgia. That's the most important thing, and I'm so glad that he's cherished this card and now he's gonna pass it on to someone else and use the money for the things that he wants to use in his life, which is great.
Very
What about you, Sparkman?
No, I'm gonna pass it over to Cinema League first.
Oh yeah, I think you have to kind of give it like a 10. I feel like it's such a feel-good story. It's such a, like this. It's awesome. He survived, and now he's gonna be making some bank. I think that's awesome. I think that's a movie story like that. They should make a movie about that. I would talk about that movie if they made a movie about Tyler the Great Warrior.
They should hit you up.
A documentary would be really cool, actually.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Good for him. Good for him.
If I had to be honest, I'd probably give it a 10.3 out of.
Round it down to 10.
Out of 10.
Out
of 10. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Before we get to treasure or trash, I want to say if this card does not hit above if it doesn't hit at least above $300,000, I would say this is kind of like this would go down to like an 8 or 7 in terms of rating, in terms of the value what it should be at, because it'll be very disappointing. If it hits where I'm thinking it's supposed to hit, of course it deserves a 10. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't hit where it's supposed to hit, I have to give it a low score, because that this will be very, very sad again, for the Yu-Gi-Oh market.
No, absolutely. It should get the most value that it should ever see it, and I'm assuming once the person whoever buys it from him, right, they're not going to sell that at all. I think they're going to keep that for a long time. We won't see this on the market for a long time.
No, of course not.
So, yeah. So with that in mind, is it a treasure or trash? Because I'm going treasure.
Treasure, for sure.
Like Bruno Mars says, treasure. That's just what you are.
Said perfectly. Said perfectly.
Love it.
All right, guys. So there you go. That's another episode of Treasure or Trash. See, I told you guys we're gonna be releasing them a lot sooner, right?
Yep.
Right?
And
Trust
guess
me.
what? As a special little surprise, Hotshotfrontier has just told me, text message, I just saw it. He's
Huh?
placing a bid right now, live,